Just getting ready to run the evening VHF Caribou net. It's on the GLR link if to access through Echolink. We do it 7 days a week at 9 o'clock local or 7:30 Eastern. Um, I run it every Tuesday night, and Doug, our other net controller, VO1 Delta Mike, runs it every other night of the week. It's just on Tuesday nights he runs the local HF net. So he asked me a while back if I would do it one night to fill in for him, and turned out to absolutely love it. And he asked me if I'd come on once a week from there on in to run it. So every Tuesday night I run it for my QTH while he runs the HF net on his location. So here shortly, just getting ready to start up because I got 2 minutes to 9 by my clock, so I got about 2 minutes until I start up. CQ net, calling all stations with or without traffic. This evening's VHF Caribou net for Tuesday, April the 5th. Net control for this evening is Victor Ocean 1, Tango Alpha Delta. Name here is Tom. I'm located in St. John's Center City. First, I'll listen for any emergency or priority traffic. Nothing heard. Are there any messages or announcements for this evening? Nothing heard. I'll now listen for mobile or portable. Nothing heard. I'll now listen for anyone wishing to check in, leave early.
Victor Oscar 1, Lima Mike.
Victor Oscar 1, Victor Zulu.
VO1 Lima Mike. Go ahead, Dave.
Victor Oscar 1, Tango Alpha Delta. Victor Oscar 1, Lima Mike. Good evening, Thomas, and good evening to all on frequency. Hello, Charlie behind me. Good luck with the taxes. No other traffic from Southwest St. John. Victor Oscar 1, Lima Mike, clear.
7 Trees, Dave. You have yourself a wonderful evening. VO1 VZ. Go ahead, Charlie.
Yeah, VO1TAD, VO1VZ. Thank you, Tom, for picking up the netters. I'll probably give him VO1DM a spell. I have no traffic other than say good evening to you and to Dave, who came here before me, and anybody else who's listening. Stay safe, stay out of trouble. If you can't stay out of trouble, don't get caught. My motto. Take care, Tom, and all aboard. VO1TAD, VO1VZ.
7 Trees, Charlie. You have yourself a wonderful evening. And Doug, I rather enjoy doing the net, but Doug doesn't exactly have a break. He's over on HF running the net.
Okay, yeah, copy that. I didn't make the V8 or the HF net, right? Anyhow, back to you, and you're doing a good job. Take care.
7 Trees, Charlie. Thank you for the kind words. You have yourself a wonderful evening as well. Again, I'll listen for any stations wishing to check in, leave early.
PE6, Papa Golf Kilo.
VE1, Foxtrot, November.
VE6, Papa Golf Kilo. Go ahead, Paul. Hope all is well out in Fort Mac.
Thomas, all is well here, buddy. 3 degrees and raining. Good to hear the Echolink back up from the VO1 GT repeater. It's gone for a long while. Anyway, it's good to hear you. 73s, VE6, PGK, VO1TAD. We're clear.
7 trees, Polly. You have yourself a wonderful evening. VE1 Foxtrot November. Go ahead, Fred. Hopefully you got good news. Had a beautiful day down here today. Cleared off around lunchtime. Got really mild and just an all-around beautiful day. Go ahead.
VO1TAD, Victor Echo 1, Foxtrot, November. Yeah, we had a beautiful day here today, Tom. We had 11 degrees this afternoon, but this morning it was cold. It was -1 when I got up, but this afternoon it went to 11, so hopefully we'll get that tomorrow. Anyway, take care, 7-3.
7 trees, Fred. You have yourself a wonderful evening. And I'll listen one last time for any stations wishing to check in, leave early.
VO1 MRT, VO1 FN.
VO1, sorry, I didn't catch all that. I believe it was something November. Go ahead.
VO1 MRT.
VO1 Mike Romeo Tango. Do I have that correct?
Yes, go ahead. Can I get your call sign again? I missed writing it down.
It's Victor Ocean 1 Tango Alpha Delta. Name here is Tom.
Victor Echo 1 Tango Alpha Delta. This is VO1 MRT. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, a correction on that. Victor Ocean 1 Tango Alpha Delta.
Yes, I'm sorry about that. That's Victor Ocean 1 Tango Angle Delta. This is VO1 MRT. Darren. The call's the name is.
Okay, roger that, Darren. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going out from Victoria tonight. I just let everybody know that I know that my dad, as long as the years, VO1 MRT was done earlier in the week, but I'm on the air tonight. We buried him today, and we're just saying 7 trees for VO1 MRT.
Roger that, Darren. You have yourself a wonderful evening.
VO1 MRT, sir.
Uh, I'll now listen for stations from the Avalon Peninsula. And Darren, if you're still listening, I hope I didn't misunderstand your last transmission.
VO1TAD, VO1TAD, are you there? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
This is Darren's son.
Okay, sorry about that. I did misunderstand you.
We're just going ahead here, buddy. VO1 MRT is just speaking for a second here now. We lost VO1 WCT this evening. Just want to let you know, that's all.
Okay, roger that. Sorry about that. That was a misunderstanding on my part. You have yourself a wonderful evening.
You as well, my friend. Thank you very much, and 7 trees.
7 trees, my friend. You have yourself a wonderful evening. And I'll now listen for stations from the Avalon Peninsula.
VO1 DZA. VO1 Delta Mike. VO1 X-ray Richard.
VO1 DZA. Go ahead, Graham.
V1TAD, V1DZA. Good evening, Tom, everybody. No traffic here. Thanks for calling me in 73.
7 Trees Graham, you have yourself a wonderful evening. VO1 Delta Mike, go ahead, Doug. Hope the HF net went well.
V1TAD, V1 Delta Mike. Yeah, very good evening, Tom. Good evening to everybody on the frequency. Yeah, the HF net went well. Conditions were a little bit light, but we had 30 some odd check-ins. And just heard Darren check in, and Darren would like to offer condolences to you on the passing of your dad, VO1 Whiskey Charlie Tango. You will certainly be missed. That's all from me, Tom. Thanks for doing the net. Have a great night, 7-3, VO1 TAD, VO1 Delta Mike.
7 Trees, Doug, you have yourself a wonderful evening. And I'd also pass on my condolences as well. I didn't know him, but I thought that's what he said, but I wasn't sure on if I had heard him right. So my condolences as well. VO1 X-Ray Victor, go ahead, Andrew.
VO1 TAD, VO1 X-Ray Victor for VO1 BT. Good evening, Tom, and all hands on frequency. My condolences to the family of VO1 Whiskey Charlie Tango. Difficult time with them, so you know, prayers. Other traffic comments? 7 Trees, VO1 X-Ray Victor.
7 Trees, Andrew, you have yourself a wonderful evening. VO1 DM Doug, are you still by the radio?
Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
His father's call sign, would that have been WCT?
Yeah, his dad, Bill, was VO1 Whiskey Charlie Tango. Bill Torville?
Okay, roger that. Was that just recent?
Yes, actually, I held a moment of silence on, I'm going to say maybe Sunday night or earlier in the week anyway when I did the net.
Okay, roger that. So you already had a moment of silence for his for the silent key.
Yeah, we did, yes, on VHF and on HF.
Okay, roger that. Thanks for coming back to me. I just wanted to make sure that the respects were passed on.
Yeah, good thought. Have a good night, 7-3.
7 Trees, Doug. You and the missus have a wonderful evening as well. Again, I'll listen for stations from the Avalon Peninsula.
VO1 Golf Mike Echo.
VO1 GME. Go ahead, Jeff. I guess you're what they call rare DX around here.
VO1 TAD, V1 GME. Good evening, Tom and to all on the net. No traffic here from Torbay. Yes, my wife is out of town for 10 days, so I've smuggled a radio back up into the house. So I'm sitting here watching a hockey game with the two dogs and monitoring RCR, GT, and NTV. So I'm out of the doghouse or into the doghouse as long as she doesn't find out. VO1 GME clear.
7 Trees, Jeff. You have yourself a wonderful evening. And again, I'll listen for stations from the Avalon Peninsula. Nothing heard. I'll now listen for stations from Central and the Northeast Coast.
Kilo Lima Lima.
VO1 Kilo Lima Lima. Go ahead, Carrie. Hope everything's well on your end.
VO1 Tango Alpha Delta, VO1 Kilo Lima Lima. Good evening, Tom, and all hands on the evening Caribou net. Yes, everything's fine here. Just we got quite a bit of snow again overnight, so everything's white again. So we're right back into winter. Anyway, we have no other traffic there, Tom. We'll pass it back to you, VO1 TAD, VO1 KLL. 7-3.
7 Trees. Carrie, you have yourself a wonderful evening. Here in town, we had a few wet flurries this morning. Just enough to color the ground a little bit, but an hour or two after that, it was gone. So hopefully you guys will see the sunshine out in Central soon enough. Seven Trees, you have yourself a wonderful evening. Again, I'm listening for Central and the Northeast Coast. Nothing heard. I'll now listen for stations from the South Coast or the Burin Peninsula.
1 Charlie Echo Bravo, good evening.
VO1 Charlie Echo Bravo. Go ahead. There's a strange voice I haven't heard in a long while. I hope all is well on your end.
VO1 India Alpha Delta. Good evening to you, Tom. I haven't heard you for a while either. And probably you forgot it, but the name there is Cedric. Charlie Echo Delta Romeo India Charlie. I have no traffic, my friend, and you have a great evening. Thank you very much for calling me in. VO1 Charlie Echo Bravo, return to net control. 7-3.
7 Trees, Cedric. You have yourself a wonderful evening as well. I thought I had the name right, but I wasn't 100% sure. For a young fella, I tell you, I got some bad memory. 7 Trees, you have yourself a wonderful evening. Again, I'm listening for the South Coast or the Burin Peninsula.
2870, you won't be able to remember anything.
You got a good memory, but it's short.
This must be Pick on Tom night. 7 Trees, Cedric. You have yourself a wonderful evening. And again, listening for South Coast or the Burin Peninsula. Nothing heard. I'll now listen for the West Coast or the Northern Peninsula. Nothing heard. I'll now listen for stations from Labrador. Nothing heard. I'll now listen for Echolink and Echolink only, please.
VO1 DNK.
VO1DNK. Go ahead, Derek.
Yeah, VO1 TAD, VO1 DNK. Very good evening to you, Tom. Good evening to everybody on frequency. Coming to an Echolink this evening here at work. Well, not too much to report from down this side this evening. We'll say 7 trees, VO1 TAD, VO1 DNK.
7 Trees, Derek. You have yourself a wonderful evening. Again, I'm listening for Echolink and Echolink only, please. Nothing heard. I'll now listen for any stations late or missed from anywhere. Nothing heard. I'll now make this the last call for this evening's VHF Caribou Net.
VO1 Alpha, Alpha Bravo.
St. John.
VO1 Alpha Alpha Bravo. Go ahead, Dwayne.
VO1 Tango Alpha Delta Net Control. Good evening to you, Tom. And to all on frequency, sir. We have no traffic. Just pass on condolences to the Silent Key. And 7-3 to all.
7 trees, Dwayne. You have yourself a wonderful evening. VO1 CPP. Go ahead, Chris. I wonder, do you got the fire in this evening?
Too windy for the fire tonight, man. I tell you, it's so gusty here in the East End by the old Costco. I just wanted to say that there was a great comeback by Jeff in Torbay talking about his wife gone for 10 days and he sneaks the radio back into the house. I love that, man. I wish I had that recorded. But anyway, it was a great comeback and love it. But no traffic for me. I'm QRT after this. The VO1... TAD, thanks for checking me in. VO1 CPP. We're clear on G2 repeater.
7 trees, Chris. You and the missus have a wonderful evening, and hopefully over the next day or two we'll get some nice weather so we can catch up on RCR. 7 trees, you have yourself a wonderful evening. Again, I'll make this the last call for this evening's VHF Caribou Net. Nothing heard. I'll now close this evening's VHF Caribou Net at 9:20 p.m. local. We had a total of 14 check-ins this evening. I'll thank everybody for taking the time to check in and hope to hear you back tomorrow evening. Doug, VO1 Delta Mike, will be back tomorrow evening for net control. I'll now return Golf Tango and the island-wide link back to regular amateur use. Good night all, and 7 threes.
VO1 TAD, VO1 CPP.